So what's up everybody, it's Marcella here and I'm coming back at you guys with another Social Butterfly Saturday video. Look both ways before you cross my mind, and shout out to the conversation because you guys know I have a lot of it. So I had a subscriber in here, I will put her name. She requested that I talk about the light skin versus dark skin thing that I feel like is a plague in our community. I do want to let you guys know beforehand, I'm super tired from all of work and everything, so I know my voice sounds different, but if my energy is not as giving, please forgive me. But this is also a little bit more of a serious topic, so I'm kind of glad that you brought that up, Fawn, because I feel like, you know, this is something that has been plaguing our community, the black community, for so long. And you know, I know that it all stemmed from the Willie Lynch letters, and even prior to that, you know, I would encourage you that if you're not familiar with the Willie Lynch letters, that you look it up. I'm not going to give you guys a history lesson on it, but I will give you a spill, a small spill about it. The Willie Lynch letters was basically a letter from this man, Willie Lynch, and he sent it to white slave owners, basically telling them how to continue to keep their slaves in bondage. And basically it was like, you know, if you pin the lighter skin blacks against the darker skin blacks, you know, that's how it, you know, you're gonna keep them oppressed, you know, divide and conquer. So that's basically what that is, you know. So for me, that's where I started there, but I'm sure, you know, also just the history of slavery is where I start when I think about this light skin versus dark skin thing. It's not just a joke that you hear or some type of fad that you hear online or see online or whatever. Like, that shit really comes from a really fucked up place. I'm never okay when people think that it's cool to say things to me like, oh, you know, she's light skinned, that's why she didn't text back, or you know, she's acting like a light-skinned woman, you know, that's why she don't want to talk to me, she thinks she's better than everybody. I don't like that shit, because it's not just a joke, it comes from a really messed up place, and I'm not cool with that. So beyond that, you know, it makes people feel less than when they really shouldn't have to feel less than based on something so small and minute as their skin, really anything, you know. But when you think about it, or when I think about it, it just really bothers me because, you know, I feel like as a community we need to bond in all the right places, and you know, to really have movement and continue the progression that we've had, you know, we have to snuff out negative things like that. You know, the light skin versus dark skin thing, it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people as well. And I know for me, you know, not even just hearing things from guys like, oh, she didn't text back, that's light skinned of her, or you know, she's acting like a light skinned woman. Just hearing certain things that I felt like shouldn't have been said and shouldn't be perpetuated in our community. You know, the way that we fight back on those type of things are calling it out when we hear it. I will make a disgusted ass face at you if you say something remotely close to that, or specifically that to me. I mean, I will shut you down really quickly, like, you shouldn't talk that way. I might even lay some history on your ass if you say something like that to me. I mean, that's just how I am. I already don't like the fact that we generalize each other. I think that it does a disservice to people's individual talents and characteristics, you know, the positive ones. I think that it really does a disservice to that, and I don't like that. You know, I think that we also not only need to speak up about it, but also educate each other. So not necessarily coming from a negative space, but just a space of education, hey, you know, you probably shouldn't say that because, you know, this might make people feel this way or that way. And you know, when you think historically about our community being oppressed, that's part of the trauma. I just don't think you should perpetuate that, even if it's a joke. And I think people assume that because I'm light-skinned, I might be more susceptible to saying, okay, you know, if a person says that to me, then I might just be like, oh, ha ha ha, that's funny. It's not funny to me, you know, and I'm gonna speak up and I'm gonna say something about it because I don't like that. So yeah, that's my take basically on the light skin versus dark skin bullshit that people like to talk about. I'm not cool with it. Hopefully y'all got something from this video. Again, this is just my opinion, you know, this is I want this to be a back and forth dialogue, and ignorant comments, like I said in my last video, I will ignore the fuck out of you. I don't care. I'm not gonna dabble in any ignorant ass comments. You say them, that's your deal, but whatever. Thank you to my older and my newer subscribers. I really appreciate you guys. And for those of you that are just watching, that's cool too. Hopefully you see something that you like and you want to hit the subscribe button. But for those of you who are already subscribed to my channel, if you guys hit that little bell next to my subscribe button, you will get notifications for when I release videos. That way you can just keep up with what I have going on. Don't forget that you can make requests like LaFawn and others have done on my channel. I don't mind talking about certain things, so don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel. Alright guys, see you next time.